It's a bowl of coastal charm. This savory seaside chowder captures the essence of the East Coast. Marguerite Henderson joining me in the kitchen to share the recipe for Nova Scotia Lobster Chowder. It's great to see you.
Yeah, I just got back and...
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. So this recipe comes from personal inspiration.
Right, yeah, we had lots of chowders, lobster chowder, seafood chowder, clam chowder.
Listen, I think I need to issue a correction. Previously in the hour, I believe I said soup.
I know.
And Marguerite flinched. Soup versus chowder, what's the difference?
Well, there's a flour base.
Okay.
Okay, soup doesn't necessarily have a flour base.
Okay.
Okay, so I have onions and celery in here.
It's smelling very good.
And about 2 tablespoons, a little bit more, of flour. That's going to be...
What's the liquid in there?
Okay, so the liquid is going to be...
What was already in there, just butter?
Yeah, just
Okay.
2 tablespoons of butter. So then we want to put some seafood or vegetable broth.
Okay.
Okay? And then we're going to thicken it with some half and half.
So where were you, Maine?
I was.
Oh, I'm jealous. I want to get out there this time of year, one of these years.
Excuse me.
We're both kind of choking up today.
I know.
Must be those onions. They're getting down our pipes.
Well, Maine and the Canadian Maritimes.
I'm going to grab you some water. Keep going.
I got it. Okay. I got it. All right. So then we're going to add lobster.
Lobster!
Okay, it's lobster. So Mr. Lobster over there,
Oh, yeah. Hi, friend.
he was live yesterday.
Oh, did you have to point that out?
So I had to go out and buy a real lobster so you could see what they
Well,
look
now
like.
I feel bad.
Well, you have to cook them, but you can also buy lobster tails. Costco has them.
Okay. Have you seen, remember that scene, Julie and Julia?
Oh, yeah.
Where she has to,
putting it
lobster
in the pot.
killer.
Yeah.
That movie was one of the most underappreciated movies. Amy Adams, and who else was it? Oh, Meryl Streep. Was it Meryl Streep?
Yeah, because she played Julia Child.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So she was, putting it in the...
I know, and now I'm feeling her pain right now as I'm staring at our friend Fred over there.
Yeah, but they're not cheap. So if you don't want to use lobster...
Just get the tail.
You could just use the tails.
Okay.
Or you could use clams or crab.
Okay, all right.
All right, so it's just going to thicken up. It's just a matter of watching it and making sure it doesn't get too thick. And then we're going to put some chopped parsley in here.
Did you add potatoes?
I did.
Oh, sorry, I was yakking on about some movie. So it's kind of a choose your own seafood adventure, whatever you've got. Did you just use the back end of the spoon?
Yeah.
Look at that. Why not?
Sorry, I've got this cold.
What was that? White?
White pepper.
White pepper, okay.
So you use white pepper so you don't see the black pepper.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it blends and it doesn't jump out as much.
But
okay.
it has a little bit more of a bite to it.
Does it? Yeah, I've never actually even heard of white pepper. Today's the day that I learned about white pepper. Thank you.
White pepper and lobsters.
Am I alone in that? Okay.
All right, so we just keep whisking until it thickens, and then it's going to look like this.
Okay, it's beautiful. Look at this bowl spilling over. My bowl runneth over.
At this point, you just keep watching it and then taste it for more salt or whatever you want to put in here.
Okay.
But it's super simple.
You grab a sip of that water and I'll stir.
Okay.
How about that? We'll be a tag team. We're a good team, me and you. It's funny, I have to be in the mood for seafood, but when I am, I am. And this sounds delicious, especially this moody fall week that we're having.
I know you're not an onion eater, so
It's true.
If you don't like the onions, you can leave them out.
No, you got to have an onion with a soup, don't you think?
Right,
The flavor,
I do.
The flavor.
I think they're...
What did you put on the side with this?
So we're making just a simple tomato salad. And this time of year, the heirlooms are out. So just cut up some really colorful tomatoes. They're fall colors.
They're beautiful.
Aren't they gorgeous?
How do you dress those?
I'm just going to put olive oil and a little bit of balsamic on top of it, and then salt and pepper.
Good ingredients.
Make it good.
Doesn't
and then
require
this
much.
is always served with, those little oyster crackers. Every chowder had a little package of oysters.
I love those oyster
I know.
chowders.
Right. So if you could find them, great. If not, just a plain cracker on the side.
I was visiting my brother-in-law in the hospital, and they had those, and I was like stuffing them in my pocket. Don't tell. The oyster crackers, they kind of remind me of my childhood too. My mom used to always serve them
Put
with
them,
soup.
with tomato sauce, tomato soup.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is done at this point. The lobster's already cooked, so you don't have to cook it.
Right, just heating it through and thickening it, right?
At one restaurant, we had a seafood chowder that had clams,
Yeah.
scallops, lobster, and shrimp.
Oh, wow. That
So
was loaded.
there is, if you go to Trader Joe's, in their frozen food section, there's a seafood medley package. So it has all those 4 seafood in it. They're raw. You could use that in this. It's perfect. $7.99.
Oh, fantastic.
I know.
Good tip.
So you don't have to spend $25 on a lobster.
I feel like you always send me to Trader Joe's, and I'm grateful for it. She knows just what to tell us to get.
Well, you know where, if they have it, you go buy it.
Yeah,
But see, now it's starting to thicken up.
It's thickening. Yep.
And right now it's ready to serve, and
I'm going to try this, Marguerite. Thank you
I mean,
so much.
it's just so easy.
And your
right?
trip, what was the highlight besides the chowder?
Oh my God, eating so much lobster. Do you ever watch Somebody Feed Phil?
No.
Okay, it's a food show.
Okay.
And he goes all over the world. And one of his places last year was Maine.
Oh, okay.
Portland, Maine. And then north of Portland, about an hour, is a place called Red's Eats. And they have the best lobster in the world. So the lobster rolls are 2 giant cups full.
Oh my gosh.
And they put them in a toasted bun. And people wait online like I did for an hour and a half. But it was so worth it. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh,
so if you go up to Portland, go an hour north, and there's Red's Eats up there. You're going to have to wait online. There's no getting around it. But it was worth it. But, Maine is so beautiful. And then we went up to Nova Scotia and Halifax. We were in Hurricane Lee, so that was fun.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
You had an adventure.
Yeah, it was a great trip.
An adventure with lots of seafood, and we're better because of it too, because the seafood chowder is making our kitchen smell delicious today.
Okay,
so
well,
thank you.
you're going to have it for lunch.
I will. I absolutely will. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank
the
you.
recipe's on our website. You can get more recipes from Marguerite on Instagram. Remind us your handle.
Manja Bene 801.
Okay, we'll meet you there, sister. Glad you had a good time.
Okay,
Thanks for sharing the
thanks.
inspiration.